As a salesman, Alan Bates needs to have confidence in his appearance, but that wasn't easy when he was struggling with dental problems.
I've been very pleased. I've actually gotten compliments from people who've noticed. I am much happier with what I have now.
Before Bates showed up here at Suwanee Dental, he had numerous problems with previous dental work.
I had, probably 2-3 years ago, there was a bridge that I'd had for probably 20 years or so when I was in college. Car accident, knocked some teeth out. It was a porcelain bridge, worked very well, but after roughly 20 years, the gum started to recede behind it. Went to another dentist. He chose to go with veneers. I was never happy with the way they turned out.
Bates didn't like the appearance of his new teeth, but more importantly, they didn't feel right.
And worst of all, they had a tendency to pop off on occasion.
Bates didn't want to make the same mistake twice, so he thoroughly researched all his dental options.
And Dr. Williams' practice here was recommended to me, highly recommended by a colleague. And I did a little investigation, decided this might be a good place to bring my services.
Dr. Ryan Schwendiman took Alan's case.
He had some veneers done that were falling off regularly. He didn't feel confident going out because he thought they were going to fall off again. And so he came to me and said, "What can I do?"
Dr. Schwendiman came up with a plan and assured Bates his problems could be fixed.
Well, that was part of the pleasure of the experience, I think, was that he had a game plan. He sat down and he did quite a bit of upfront analysis, some tests, x-rays, things I wasn't even familiar with, to get a feel for what I had, what my situation was, and then he came up with a detailed treatment plan.
Dr. Schwendiman knew Bates' veneers needed to be strong and stay in place.
Veneers have to be like contact lens thin. These were very thick, and so therefore there wasn't enough tooth to hang on to them. So we just changed the design a little bit, ended up putting a little different kind of veneer, 3/4 veneer, almost a full crown, because that was almost what was done in the first place, and then replacing the bridge with a newer, stronger material.
Bates will never have to worry about his new veneers popping off.
They won't fall out because of the design. We took into account everything, how his bite comes together, how he would chew on that tooth, and that was the problem before. It was designed in such a way that if he bit down on something wrong, it would push it off to the front.
They look more natural. They're more consistent with the size of my teeth, my real teeth, and but for me, cosmetics was only part of it. The big concern was that it didn't feel comfortable in my mouth, and that, again, it had a tendency to be coming off, and I was constantly worrying if, when was the next time it was going to pop off.
Bates is happy his teeth look better and feel better, and now he has more confidence than ever.
Well, Donna, I would say that I have a great deal more confidence now in my smile. Not nearly as reluctant to smile as I might have been before, and for me, what's even more important is that I'm now very comfortable. Everything, it feels natural, it looks natural, and I don't no longer have to worry about whether bits and pieces of my dental appliances are going to be coming out. That's always a pleasure.
Well, it's always very exciting to be the hero. I mean, everyone dreams of that. That's the way it is when you're a kid. You watch the movies and you think about that. It'd be nice to do that. Now, it's a different kind of dream as a dentist. It's something I do every day. But I see it's always exciting to see the response.
Both Dr. Schwendiman and Bates want others to learn from this experience and know that it's never too late to get help, but they also encourage people to do their research.
I think the most valuable lesson I've learned, and I guess it seems sort of obvious now, but not all doctors are the same, not all dentists are the same. It pays to do a little homework up front. I do think it's best to do some independent research on your own, not take anything for granted. Shop for a dentist the same you would any other important service that you're going to undertake.
If that's happened to someone else that I know, that Alan knows, what I have to say to them is just come in. We can help with any problem. There's enough training inside this office to be able to solve most, if not all, dental problems that are out there. And these ones that are cosmetic do-overs, we're well equipped to do that.